Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am not able to think of an intro today, but hey, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And in today's trade recap, I'm going to show you exactly how I finished the day and how I ended up walking away with about $500 between Asia and New York session today. So without any further ado, let's just hop onto the charts. Let's get right into it. I'll show you exactly what I was looking for today, what setups I traded, and how you can mirror or replicate this for your own trading. Now, that is what matters the most, is me being able to give you value-packed info. And if you agree, be sure to share this with a friend, leave a like, and let's just go ahead and check out the charts. Let's go ahead and make sure my hotkeys are all correct. First and foremost, the one thing I want everybody to essentially pay attention to more than anything would be this primary level that I had down here, the weekly open, right? So we're looking at the open from Monday. We can see that we traded down into that yesterday at the close. And then today we are opening below it. Now, we can also include last week's close to complete the weekly gap, right? So you can see that based on these two levels right here, we do have the weekly gap, the new week gap, if you will. This area is a very reactive area in price. So when I see something like this, it makes me very, very wary of the idea that we might be continuing lower. So I'm always going to be cautious when I see price come into an area like this to look for the continuation short. And I'll show you exactly how I was able to kind of maneuver this and develop a trade plan for the day. Get our levels on everything. So we can see that we traded into this at the open. If we want to mark out the 9:30 open, it's right here. Based on the fact that we were breaking down, we had formed these, lower highs, right here. None of this had swept any of the previous highs. So when I see that kind of action, it makes me very cautious towards the idea of continued downside. So we see this immediate flush, and what I did and what I had said on stream, the stream is recorded, it's posted. In fact, you can actually click probably about right somewhere on screen, and you can see the full recording. I did that with a strong trader. Go check it out. But what I did was essentially right at the open, I said, I'm not buying it. I don't think this is a bearish setup. I was able to annotate out the, the bearish levels. I had on stream, on video, said if you're looking for the momentum short essentially below here, or even here, if you will, right? One of these prices has like your change in state, little VWAP projection, most likely, right? You see it? Almost. And then from there, I also notated the fact that we have this bearish gap, but the fact remains that we are into this low area of the new week opening gap. So when we're down here, I had initially stated, and you can go check this, it's on footage, that we would maybe hold right here. So I was cautious of any sort of essentially downside from that point on. So you could maybe catch the front leg, but if you continue to look for upside on that backside of the trade, I don't think you're going to have a good time. Now, what I saw here was pretty simple. The fact is, on the 30-second, or we could even drop to the 15-second if you want to get real granular with it, but we'll use a 30-second right here. I'll show you exactly what I saw. It's that new week opening gap, low level right here, right here. So I see all of this kind of puking into this direction. And my idea was to get long as soon as we broke above here. Pretty simple trade idea. What I had saw was the fact that, we dipped lower. We validated some of this inversion right here, if you will. See it right here. So when I see multiple layers of confluence stacked on top of each other, it makes me very attentive to what might come next. You always got to keep in mind, if a thesis can build on top of other ideas, you're in for a really good trade. Now, that's exactly what happened today. And it was, I would say, the perfect storm of a bear trap met with the opportunity provided for good long entries. My trade, rather short in duration, but I snagged a couple bucks. Can't really complain. I basically got long right here, and we can go ahead. I think we could actually pull up executions. Yeah, see right here. Got long 4 right here. Had to stop essentially below the lows. See if I can grab that. Yeah, about right there. And then I targeted some into VWAP, essentially took some more off here, and then I trailed out the rest inside of this fair value gap, knowing that we might retrace there. However, given the fact that the sentiment had been so bearish, I didn't want this to potentially go into more of a sideways consolidation. So I was happy to take the maybe 16 points that I did on my trail. All in all, pretty good day for a couple minutes. Now, I did note, and you can check for yourself, that I was willing to accept the stop here, knowing that we might dip into here and provide another leg. which is exactly what we did. This is something that I've been doing a lot more lately in 2025 is I'll just take the extension. If it pulls back, so be it. I can decide if I want to enter again. And today I didn't. I just left it there. Kept it really simple in the executions today. Tanner was able to catch more of this move right here. We called out this move on VWAP, called out this entry too, essentially, but he caught from VWAP to essentially the 100 area or like 130 area, 140 area. And yeah, it was a good trade. It was a really good trade. A lot of good opportunities on stream. Again, the link for the Discord's in the description. You can join for free, check out some of the streams, and just get get my detailed and all of my students and my members our insights on what we think the market is likely to do next. I share my trade plans ahead of time. I provided the framework for this to be a bounce play yesterday using the new week opening gap. All these levels were annotated ahead of time. And that makes it really easy for you if you just come into the day with some really strong levels and a really specific game plan, right? That's all you want. You want something very specific that you're looking for. So what we did, laid all that for everyone out ahead of time, and then hopped on stream, and everyone was able to see us make money today. Works sometimes, and same thing with the stream. The way you see me make money, you'll see me also lose money. It's just how trading works. And today we happened to walk away with a couple bucks. Made some money last night in Asia as well. Went over the new day gap fill. So if you have not seen that video, I'll probably link it somewhere on screen at this point. But just keep that in mind. Simple game plan, simple levels, and you do not need to flip flop your bias too much. If this trade didn't work, I'm not going to try a short. Just leave it, right? If I missed this first leg, I would have waited and I caught this leg. And then I would have trailed it and maybe got out around the 64 area. And then that would have been fine. Or you get trailed, it pulls back, maybe you take this entry or this entry. You can always re-enter the trade. No one's stopping you from doing that. But I really hope that these simple breakdowns provide a framework for you to, essentially model your trading after. I spent years learning various strategies to ultimately come up with a very simple solution to that. And it's just something that is a basic framework using a level, using a lower time frame confirmation, and some sort of logic-based target. Now, you can manage that a couple different ways. And we share all of our different risk models inside the Discord. I share that within my mentorship students as well, share that with them. But if you got something out of today's video, please be sure to leave a like, share with a friend, and until next time, we'll talk soon.